My name is Anne. Right now I live in southern Texas, but I lived in Benin, West Africa for 8 years. I had malaria many times. My scariest malaria was when I was pregnant because the treatment didn't work.
My name is Bill Carter. My father, the Reverend Bob Carter, contracted malaria when he was about 5 years old in New Orleans, Louisiana. My dad doesn't remember very much from his early childhood. The one thing that stands out in his mind was his contracting malaria, and particularly not being able to eat anything but chicken broth for a very long time. That resulted in a lifelong dislike of chicken, which was unfortunate because he had to eat a lot of fried chicken as a United Methodist pastor for 45 years.
My name is Bobby K. Jones. My mother survived malaria twice as a child. If there had not been a cure for it, I would not be here today.
My name is William Meikle. I am a research entomologist with USDA in southern Texas right now. I lived for about 12 years in West Africa, and while I lived there, I had malaria.
My name is Ken Dahlberg. I'm the associate pastor at Sierra Vista United Methodist Church in San Angelo, Texas. We're a member of the Southwest Texas Annual Conference. 50 years ago, when I was 16, I contracted malaria. My parents were in the oil business out in Somalia, and I had spent the summer there. And the incubation period meant that on the airplane ride back, I began to get chills and fever, and then chills and fever, and then chills and fever, and it just alternated back and forth, and it was the most awful thing I'd ever been through. And after an additional 50 years of living, it is still the most awful thing that I think I've ever been through. When I got back to San Antonio after that trip, I was able to be treated. I cannot imagine a child or mother, pregnant mother in Africa or Asia or anywhere else, even in the United States, that does not have access to treatment or the tools of prevention. And so that is why I am a stalwart supporter of Imagine No Malaria.
My name is Wilson Mugambi Aremi. I am from Kenya, from a small village called Mariene, right at the equator. I am also a malaria survivor. As I was growing up as a small child, I had malaria many times. I cannot even count. But one episode which has never escaped my memory is when I was 5 years of age. One day I woke up, my mother asked me, or said, "Son, I can see you are so sick." I said, "Yes, ma'am." So she told me, because she had 3 other little children and my father was not at home that time, "I will please prepare you, and then you will walk to the clinic." But you know how far I had to walk? 20 miles. I walked slowly. After 1 mile, I sat down. After another mile, I sat down. I arrived at the clinic by the grace of God. The doctor looked at me and said, "Young man, you have malaria." And then he said, they used to have those syringes. "I will give you 1 injection, and then you will be okay." And he went ahead and gave me 1 right there. And then he asked me to get out and sit outside one of the trees so that the pain could subside. And then he asked me, after the pain had subsided, "Would you please walk back home the same way you came?" That's my story. But a story affecting 500 million people currently. 1 million, they die each year. And the majority, they are pregnant women and children below 5 years of age. You can help. God bless you. God keep you. Shalom.